Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. In the region, starting off with a story from Trinidad and Tobago, the body of former newspaper editor Susan Mills was discovered at her home in Diamond Vale on Sunday night, the Newsday newspaper reported Monday. It said the body of 59-year-old Mills, the daughter of the paper's founding editor-in-chief, Therese Mills, was discovered after neighbors had informed police of a foul smell coming from her house at Aquamarine Drive. I quote, "Her body was removed from the house and will be taken to the Forensic Science Center for an autopsy to determine the cause of death," end of quote. The paper reported, adding that in August 2019, Mills was reported missing to police but was found the following day. Now in Belize. There is outrage in Belize following the death of Derek O, who was arrested and allegedly left for hours in a police van and later found dead. It is reported that O20, a resident of Cristo Rey, was arrested on Sunday at a party around 1 a.m. According to reports, instead of being taken to the Corozal police station, it is alleged he was forgotten in the back of a police van for 14 hours. He was discovered dead later that day in the van around 3 p.m. after an officer came across a foul scent. Prime Minister of Belize, John Braceno, who described the incident as a tragedy beyond comprehension, said he too, like the rest of the nation, demands full answers. The young man's family members are also calling for justice. A post-mortem will be performed to determine the exact cause of his death. A jury in the U.S. Virgin Islands has found Vivienne Stewart and Jacques Cajuste guilty of murdering her husband back in 2005. The guilty verdict was read on August 11 in Superior Court after the jury listened to 10 days of evidence and testimony. The defendants, both Haitian nationals, were found guilty of first-degree murder and aiding and abetting. For the first-degree murder conviction, the defendants faced mandatory life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. On June 25, 2005, Egbert Stewart, who was the owner of Mano's West Indian restaurant in St. Thomas, was found dead in his condo at Heritage Hills. The 63-year-old was found in a pool of blood with multiple stab wounds to his body, and a large kitchen knife was impaled on his neck. Mr. Stewart told police she returned home to find her husband dead. Cold case investigators reopened the case in 2006 after test results from forensic evidence declared Cajuste as a major contributor to DNA material found at the crime scene. In 2016, Jacques Cajuste and Mr. Stewart were arrested. And finally, rapper A$AP Rocky was charged with 2 felonies Monday for pulling a gun on a former friend and firing in Hollywood last year, prosecutors said. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office charged the 33-year-old New York native, whose legal name is Rocky Myers, with 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Prosecutors alleged that during an argument on November 6, 2021, Myers pointed the handgun at the victim, then in a subsequent confrontation, drew the gun again and fired twice in the direction of the man, who sustained a minor injury. His name has not been released. Myers has not entered a plea to the charges. He is scheduled to be arraigned on Wednesday. He is in a relationship with Rihanna, and the two had a son in May. That was all for tonight's regional news. I am AMEL Griffith. Thank you for joining. Back to you, Tamika.